Every time you open your fridge, you're greeted by familiar foods, like old friends. From a creamy plate of soft cheese to a bowl of leftover rice from last night's dinner. These foods evoke memories of warm family gatherings, festive celebrations, or cozy moments with loved ones. But what if those familiar foods, carefully stored in your fridge, are quietly threatening your health? Some of your favorite dishes could turn into hidden dangers, even linked to cancer, especially in your golden years when your body isn't as strong at fighting off toxins. Today, we're revealing 5 common foods in your fridge that you need to check immediately. Some of these names might surprise you, but don't worry. We'll share simple ways to keep enjoying them while protecting your health. Stay with us until the end to uncover these secrets and turn your fridge into a source of nourishment, not a threat. Number 1, soft cheese. Picture a peaceful evening, setting out a plate of soft cheese. Creamy brie with its velvety white rind, fragrant camembert, or gorgonzola with its alluring blue-green veins. These cheeses aren't just food, they're a culinary experience, evoking a sense of elegance, intimate gatherings, or relaxing moments with a glass of wine and crisp crackers. But beneath their refined exterior, soft cheeses can become a serious health risk if left in your fridge too long. For older adults whose immune systems are less robust, this risk is especially concerning. Soft cheeses, with their high moisture content, create an ideal environment for bacteria and mold to thrive, even in the cold 35 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 to 4 degrees Celsius, conditions of a fridge. One of the biggest threats is Listeria monocytogenes, a harmful bacterium that can grow at low temperatures, unlike many other bacteria. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, Listeria causes listeriosis, with symptoms ranging from mild fever and muscle aches to severe meningitis. For older adults, especially those with chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease, listeriosis can lead to hospitalization or life-threatening complications. A 2023 CDC report notes that older adults are among the highest risk groups, with listeriosis mortality rates reaching 20 to 30% in those with weakened immune systems. The scary part? Listeria leaves no obvious signs. Your cheese might look and smell fine, but the bacteria could already be multiplying. Beyond bacteria, soft cheeses are prone to mold, producing dangerous toxins called mycotoxins, such as aflatoxin. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, aflatoxin is linked to liver damage and an increased risk of liver cancer with long-term exposure. Unlike hard cheeses, where you can cut away surface mold, the porous texture of soft cheeses allows mold to penetrate deeply, often invisible to the naked eye. A piece of brie might look perfect, but it could harbor odorless, tasteless toxins. For older adults whose immune systems and livers are less efficient at handling these toxins, the impact can be more severe. The habit of keeping soft cheese in the fridge for weeks, especially for those living alone or savoring it slowly, heightens this risk. A friend of mine, Ellen, a 71-year-old cheese lover, learned this lesson the hard way. Ellen used to buy a large wheel of brie to enjoy over several weeks, believing the fridge would keep it safe. She'd slice off small pieces to pair with crackers, storing the rest in the fridge door. But after a bout of high fever and prolonged fatigue, her doctor diagnosed a listeria infection, likely from cheese kept too long. The doctor explained that soft cheese should be eaten within 7 to 10 days of opening, and Ellen was shocked. Since then, she switched to buying smaller portions and checking carefully before eating. To enjoy soft cheese safely without giving up this delightful treat, try these simple tips. First, buy only what you'll use within a week to avoid long storage. When storing, wrap the cheese in wax paper or parchment to allow slight airflow while preventing moisture buildup. Then place it in an airtight container or resealable plastic bag to limit air exposure. Store it on the bottom shelf, the coldest part of the fridge, not the door where temperatures fluctuate. Avoid placing cheese near strong-smelling foods like onions or garlic, as these can speed spoilage and mask signs of decay. If you spot any mold beyond the cheese's natural features, like gorgonzola's blue veins, discard the entire piece, as mold can spread invisibly. If you're concerned about risks, consider switching to hard cheeses like cheddar or Parmesan, which have lower moisture and less bacterial risk. With these easy steps, you can savor the refined flavors of soft cheese without worrying about your health. Number 2. Leftover rice. A steaming bowl of rice, fragrant and fluffy, is the heart of countless family meals, from simple stir-fries to comforting soups or hearty casseroles. Rice is a staple, bringing a sense of warmth and familiarity, like an essential part of many people's culinary memories. But did you know that leftover rice, if not handled and stored properly, can become a hidden health hazard? For older adults whose digestive and immune systems are less resilient, a small mistake in storing rice can lead to serious consequences. Even when cooked, rice carries risks from Bacillus cereus, a bacterium often found in raw rice. Cooking may kill the bacteria, but its heat-resistant spores survive. If leftover rice cools slowly at room temperature, 40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or 4 to 60 degrees Celsius, the danger zone for bacterial growth, or isn't stored properly in the fridge, these spores can germinate and multiply, producing toxins that cause food poisoning. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, Bacillus cereus poisoning leads to symptoms like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can be prolonged and more severe in older adults. A 2022 study in the Journal of Food Safety found that food poisoning cases from leftover rice often stem from leaving it at room temperature too long before refrigerating. Beyond bacteria, rice stored too long in the fridge's humid environment can develop mold, producing aflatoxin, a toxin linked to liver cancer, according to the World Health Organization. These toxins are invisible, odorless, and tasteless, meaning you could eat contaminated rice without realizing it. For older adults with weaker digestive and immune systems, consuming tainted rice can lead to severe illness, even requiring hospitalization. The habit of cooking a big pot of rice to last the week, common among those living alone or seeking convenience, increases this risk. Reheating rice may kill some bacteria, but it doesn't eliminate toxins already formed, making proper storage critical. I once heard about James, a 66-year-old cooking enthusiast. Every Sunday, he'd make a large pot of rice for the week's meals, from stir-fries to soups. He'd let the pot cool naturally on the counter for hours before refrigerating, thinking it was fine. But after severe stomach pain and prolonged diarrhea, he visited a doctor and was diagnosed with Bacillus cereus food poisoning. The doctor explained that rice needs to be cooled quickly and eaten within 1 to 2 days. James was stunned, as he always thought rice was safe. Since then, he's adopted a routine of cooling rice immediately and freezing portions he won't use. To keep rice safe, follow these simple steps. After cooking, spread rice thinly on a tray or wide container to cool quickly within 1 hour, avoiding the danger zone. Then transfer it to an airtight container and refrigerate within 2 hours, using it within 1 to 2 days. If you won't eat it in that time, divide the rice into small portions, place in freezer-safe bags or containers, and freeze immediately. Frozen rice stays good for up to 6 months. When reheating, ensure it reaches at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius, to kill bacteria, adding a splash of water to prevent drying out. Most importantly, only reheat what you'll eat, as multiple reheating cycles increase bacterial risks. With these steps, you can continue enjoying rice as a beloved part of your meals without health concerns. Number 3. Pickled foods with artificial colors. Just picturing a jar of crisp green pickles, a vibrant plate of red pickled eggs, or colorful pepper relish can transport you to summer barbecues, family gatherings, or festive holiday meals. Pickled foods, with their tangy crunch and eye-catching colors, are more than just food. They're a bridge to cherished memories. But did you know that store-bought pickled foods, especially those with artificial colors, can become a health hazard if kept too long after opening? For those in their golden years, when the body struggles more to process toxins, these seemingly safe treats can hide serious risks. Pickled foods are often preserved in acidic vinegar brine, leading many to assume they last forever. However, artificial colors like yellow 5, tartrazine, red 40, or blue 1, used to create their vibrant hues, can break down in the acidic brine over time. According to a 2021 study in the Journal of Food and Chemical Toxicology, this breakdown produces chemical byproducts that may damage cells and are linked to cancer risks with long-term exposure. For older adults whose liver function declines with age, these byproducts can accumulate and cause more severe harm. Additionally, many pickled products contain preservatives like sodium benzoate, which can react with naturally occurring ascorbic acid, vitamin C, in foods like cucumbers or peppers, forming benzene, a known carcinogen, according to the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC. This reaction is more likely when jars are left in the fridge for months, as the acidic, humid environment promotes ongoing chemical changes. 7. The worrying part is that these chemical changes leave no clear signs. Your jar of pickles might still be crisp, with clear brine, but harmful compounds could already be present. Older adults with less efficient immune systems and livers are more vulnerable to these substances, especially if they keep pickled foods in the fridge for a year. A 2020 study from the Journal of Food Safety found that pickled products with artificial colors, when stored beyond 4 weeks after opening, have a higher risk of benzene buildup, particularly if improperly stored. The habit of stockpiling pickled foods for gradual use, common among those living alone or seeking convenience, increases this risk. A friend of mine, Clara, a 78-year-old who adored red pickled eggs, learned this the hard way. Clara kept a large jar in her fridge for 6 months, loving their vivid color and tangy flavor, believing the vinegar would preserve them indefinitely. During a routine checkup, her doctor asked about her diet and warned about the risks of artificial colors and preservatives. Clara was shocked to learn that even pickled foods could pose dangers if kept too long. Since then, she switched to smaller jars and started making her own pickles with natural ingredients. To enjoy pickled foods safely, follow these tips. First, choose products with natural colors like turmeric for yellow, beet juice for red, or paprika for orange, and check labels to avoid yellow 5, red 40, or sodium benzoate. After opening, aim to use them within 2 to 4 weeks, and write the opening date on the jar for easy tracking. Store jars in the coldest part of the fridge, ensuring the lid is tightly sealed to reduce air exposure, which can speed up chemical reactions. If you enjoy getting creative, try making your own pickled foods at home with vinegar, water, salt, and natural spices. Simple, safe, and delicious. Finally, if the brine turns cloudy, fizzy, or the color changes unusually, discard the jar immediately to avoid risks. These steps let you savor the tangy crunch you love without worrying about your health. Number 4, deli meats preserved with nitrates. A thin slice of ham, a few pieces of aromatic salami, or some smoked turkey. Deli meats are perfect for a quick sandwich or an elegant charcuterie board. Their convenience and rich flavor make them a staple in many households. But did you know that deli meats, especially those containing nitrates, can become a health hazard if stored too long in the fridge? For those in their golden years, when the body is less equipped to handle toxins, this convenient food can carry unexpected risks. Nitrates and nitrites, used to maintain the appealing pink color, extend shelf life, and inhibit bacteria in deli meats, can undergo chemical changes over time. Exposure to air, temperature fluctuations from frequent fridge door openings, or the natural breakdown of proteins in the meat can turn these compounds into nitrosamines, substances classified as potential carcinogens by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC. A 2022 study in the International Journal of Cancer linked nitrosamines to stomach and colorectal cancers, especially with long-term consumption. For older adults whose ability to repair cellular damage diminishes, nitrosamines pose a more serious threat. Additionally, deli meats often have high sodium content, increasing risks of high blood pressure, heart disease, and kidney strain, common issues for older adults, according to the American Heart Association, AHA. Moreover, deli meats stored too long can become contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes, a bacterium that thrives in fridge temperatures, causing dangerous listeriosis. According to the CDC, listeriosis cases from deli meats rose 15% among older adults from 2019 to 2023, largely due to keeping meats too long after opening. These risks are especially concerning because they show no obvious signs. Deli meats may look and smell fine, but could already be unsafe. The habit of buying large packs of deli meats and using them over weeks, common among those living alone, heightens this risk. I recall the story of Frank, a 73-year-old who loved his daily ham sandwich. Frank would buy a large pack of ham and keep it in the fridge for a month, discarding it only when it smelled off. During a checkup, his doctor asked about his diet and warned about nitrosamine risks from deli meats stored too long. Frank was surprised to learn that experts, including the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, recommend using deli meats within 3 to 5 days of opening. Since then, he switched to buying freshly sliced meats and using them quickly, feeling much more at ease. To enjoy deli meats safely, follow these tips. Choose freshly sliced meats from a reputable deli counter, asking for the slicing date to ensure freshness. Store them in airtight containers or resealable bags in the coldest part of the fridge, avoiding the door where temperatures fluctuate. Use them within 3 to 5 days of opening, and note the opening date for tracking. For added safety, try making your own roasted meats at home from poultry or pork, avoiding nitrates entirely. When buying packaged meats, look for labels saying no nitrates or no added nitrites. But note that some natural preservatives like celery powder still contain natural nitrates. These steps let you enjoy the convenience of deli meats without health concerns. Number 5. Smoked meats. Nothing beats the irresistible aroma of sizzling bacon on the pan, a juicy ham at a holiday feast, or savory sausages alongside eggs for a weekend breakfast. Smoked and processed meats evoke memories of cozy mornings, family reunions, or comforting meals with loved ones. But these beloved foods can become hazardous if not stored properly, especially for older adults, whose bodies are less equipped to handle harmful substances. Like deli meats, smoked meats contain nitrates and nitrites to preserve flavor and extend shelf life. Over time, especially when kept in the fridge too long, these compounds can turn into nitrosamines, carcinogens linked to stomach, colon, and esophageal cancers, according to the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC. A 2023 study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that long-term exposure to nitrosamines from processed meats increases digestive cancer risks by up to 20% in older adults. The fridge's cold, humid environment, designed for preservation, can inadvertently promote nitrosamine formation, especially when meats are exposed to air each time the package is open. For older adults whose cellular repair abilities decline, these compounds pose a greater threat. Additionally, smoked meat stored too long risk contamination with bacteria like Listeria or Clostridium botulinum, especially if not tightly sealed. The USDA recommends keeping open smoked meats in the fridge for only 3 to 5 days, yet many people, especially those living alone, keep them for weeks, increasing risks. These harmful compounds and bacteria leave no clear signs, meaning you could eat unsafe meat without realizing it. A neighbor of mine, Dorothy, 69, ran into trouble with this habit. Dorothy loved smoked sausages and would buy large packs to use gradually, keeping them in the fridge for a month. After experiencing stomach pain and prolonged fatigue, she visited a doctor who explained that sausages stored too long could harbor nitrosamines and bacteria, harming her health. Dorothy was stunned, believing smoked meats were always safe in the fridge. She now buys smaller amounts and freezes what she doesn't use right away, feeling more confident, enjoying her favorite foods. To keep smoked meats safe, follow these tips. Buy small amounts, enough for 3 to 5 days, to minimize fridge storage time. If you buy in bulk to save money, divide the meat into small portions right after purchase, wrap tightly in plastic wrap or foil, and place in freezer bags. Frozen meats can last months without losing quality. Thaw them in the fridge overnight, not on the counter, to prevent bacterial growth, and use within 1 to 2 days. Cook thoroughly before eating, but remember that cooking doesn't eliminate nitrosamines, so proper storage is your first line of defense. These steps let you savor the rich flavors of smoked meats without health risks. Your fridge isn't just a place to store food, it's a space that can either nourish your health or quietly harm it if not managed properly. Familiar foods like soft cheese, leftover rice, pickles, deli meats, or smoked meats, while bringing joy and memories, can become dangerous if you don't pay attention to storage. For those in their golden years when health is more precious than ever, small changes in habits like checking labels, cooling rice quickly, or freezing extra meat can make a big difference. Think of your fridge as a trusted companion, helping you enjoy your favorite foods while safeguarding your health for the long haul. Your golden years are a time to live fully, cherishing every moment with peace of mind and joy. These simple steps today can help you maintain health, energy, and happiness for years to come. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to catch more valuable content. We'd love to hear from you. In the comments, share one lesson or takeaway from this video, maybe which food surprised you the most. Separately, if you have ideas to improve our videos, please leave your suggestions. We're always eager to bring you better content. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Let every meal be not just a source of joy, but a gift of health you give yourself, ensuring your golden years are filled with energy, happiness, and unforgettable moments with loved ones.